Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing. Boy, have I been on the lake a lot. So, I want you guys to know about a program that I've been doing for a while, and it's sort of getting kids to fish and getting a fish in their hands, which is fun. It's a lot of fun, actually. So, I'm out on the lake 3 days a week for, I don't know, 12 to 16 hours a day. So I don't know what that's full time. In other words. So I am fishing full time, 40 hours plus every week. While I'm out there, I see kids. I mean, it's summertime, and they're fishing off the docks, off the banks, and off their kayaks or whatever. And I see them sometimes exasperated. So I'm sorry about my eye. Should have my sunglasses on. Broke a blood vessel in my eye. So now I look like Stevie Wonder. So so you don't have to look at my eye, and it'll heal in a couple weeks according to the doc, but my wife says it's gross. Gotta love honesty with your marriage mate. So all right, so I'm gonna look kind of cool with the glasses, and so I go out and I fish, and I always stop by with, of course, the parents' consent. When their parent is around, although, today there was a parent on a kayak next to her daughter, and they always talk to me anyway, because I'm out there with this, what they think is a super duper kayak with 5 fishing poles and fish finders and tackle boxes and stuff like that. So I always ask them, what they're fishing for, and so if they say bass, I give them bass lures and things like that. If they going for just anything, then crappie jigs and whatnot, a little baggie of power bait, whatever, anything to help them get a fish on their line. And boy, I must have handed out a dozen lures today, and that's kind of common. It really is kind of common. I meet a lot of children every trip to the lake, and I am happy. Today, it was so cute that there's this one dock they're allowed to fish on. And so there's 5 of them on this dock. And I went over to the dock and asked them, okay, who's the bass fisherman? And they all raised their hand. Oh, we're all bass fishermen. And I said, all right. And then there was a girl, so she's a bass fisher girl. So I have them all choose, what I think are appropriate lures for their age group and for their gear. And then I teach them how to use those lures. Well, it wasn't a few minutes later, a little boy, pulls up this about a half-pound, 3/4-pound bass. Nice sized bass, actually. Nice sized bass. And he's like, look. And he gives it a kiss. I go, oh, great. I give my fish kisses, too. And, we fist pump each other. And this is very cool. Getting kids excited about fishing is just one of the coolest things. The little girl with her mom, I gave her and her brother swim jigs. And she could not race over to the shore fast enough to tell her brother about, this gift that I gave them. It's not just, the young ones. It's mostly young ones. I've had some older ones come up to me and ask, like today, because the staff there says, if you want to know where the fish is, go see Mike Ruffino. And so this guy comes up to me, and he's from Denver, and an older gentleman, and so I tell him where all the fish are and what's biting, what they're hitting on today, and I gave him a couple lures, and I helped him get his retrieve, put his boat in the slip later, and he had a few get away, but he caught a few, and he says he's really rusty. So, but he's pretty excited about fishing. So, if you're a kid at heart, so you guys, Kids-2-Fish up here. If you're a kid at heart, too, you can fish. So I really appreciate Kastking. They give me the ability to do some really fun things with this program that I have created, and an anonymous YouTuber has generously given me a lot of lures, which are going really quick. It's really funny. I mean, the kids are out in numbers right now. They're just out in numbers. And there one little boy, when I went over to the dock where the 5 kids were today, he goes, "You're the guy, huh?" I go, "Yeah, I guess." I go, "Yeah, I'm the guy. Only if the guy is a good guy." I go, "But I'm the guy if he's a good guy. If he's a bad guy, I'm not the guy." And he goes, "Yeah, you're the guy." So I thought it was cute. I want to thank all of you guys and all the subscribers for watching the channel. I haven't been posting as many videos as I usually do. I've been fishing an awful lot, and I have caught a few fish. What was it? Where's oh, here's a fish. Here's a fish picture. There. Actually, he fought really well. Just under 2 pounds. He was a good fighter. I liked him. And this is earlier today. Yeah, it was half pound, give or take. And another one from today. So I think that was the very first one I got on a chatterbait. Never caught one on a chatterbait, and chatterbaits are like super duper. Everybody loves them. So, and I lost that chatterbait too. God, really irritated me, because that's my pumpkin, my green pumpkin one, and I'm gonna have to get me another green pumpkin chatterbait. But there was a few fish today. I need to get better at plastics, so I really worked plastics today, and I only caught 5 fish, and that's not a whole lot for me. I mean, if I work the top water with my walking lure and things like that, or even lipless cranks, I can catch dozens of fish. But it got pretty windy today. It was real choppy on the lake. And when it's really choppy on the lake and you're in a kayak, I mean, waves are sort of splashing over into the kayak. And so you're kind of taking shelter in certain coves in order to just stay out there and fish. Even if the cove has 1 fish in it, you're bent on. Oh, I could tell you you won't believe me. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's a fish story. I hooked into in the area that I usually get smallmouth bass, and I thought I got a really good smallmouth bass, maybe 2 or 3 pounds, and it was fighting me really hard. And I get it up to my kayak, and it was not a smallmouth bass. It was a yellow perch. And I went to grab my net to scoop it in, and I missed him, and he got away. I was really mad. I slapped the water with the net. I mean, this was a yellow perch that had to be 18 inches, 2 pounds. It just had to be. I mean, I've never seen a yellow perch that big in my life. It would have been a lake record if I would have landed him. It's the one that got away, right? So I spent the rest of the day fishing for a perch. Catch a bunch of little perches. So you fish for a perch. You're looking for the monster. And it would have been that there is a monster yellow perch in Lake of the Woods. And whoever catches it, I'm sure it is a lake record. I'm sure of it. I even talked to one of the owners. He goes, yeah, that would have been a lake record. That was maddening. I was so mad. It was that close. I had it next to the kayak. I had the net. And I missed it. And then it got away. And then I slapped the water. And it's just, I know you guys have had that happen to you. But that was a record fish. I know it was a yellow perch, I mean, it's nothing really to brag about, but I would have bragged about it. I would have put it on the wall of there, and gladly put a picture up there with it and with the scale and the weigh, and I would have been proud of a yellow perch today. I'm never proud of a yellow perch typically, but that would have been awesome to land a lake record. But I know it's in there. I know the area it's usually in. So I ain't going to tell people where it is because I want it. But it's out there. It is out there. I mean, those stripes were as striped as obvious as you could get. It was a yellow perch. So that was my frustration, excitement, and frustration today. Although I'm always excited to help the kids. And people are starting to get to know me, like you're the guy. So, and I'm happy to help everybody out on the lake find fish. If you're ever at Lake of the Woods on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, look for me. Find me out on the lake. I'm usually there, although until my oldest daughter, who has the second car, just got a job, so woohoo, yay for her. That means we're down to really one car, so I may not be able to go fishing as often as I want next week, in the following week, until I can get me a vehicle for myself. So still looking for that truck and trying to get my insurance company to pay off the claim so I can go get a truck. So that's that. But I want you guys to be happy about supporting the channel, because by supporting the channel you're supporting this right up there, Kids-2-Fish. I even if I don't have lures for them, I will help them get a fish on their line one way or another. I always look for bargain bins and things like that, and as in Walmart yesterday, I got a lot of stuff for the kids in the bargain bins there, and from jigs to buzz baits. They had buzz baits there, and this time of year, buzz bait is an excellent bait to get a topwater hit. So I'm looking forward to handing those out. And anyway, I want to thank you all. I know I gave a video on a big thank you to everybody, but I want you to know that I'd show you pictures of the kids, but taking pictures of other people's kids, that's kind of creepy. And I don't really put them on the without their parents' permission, but at the same time, take my word for it. Watching that kid today kiss a fish and fist bump me is worth every one of those lures and more. And so I want to thank the other YouTuber for helping me out, and I want to thank all of you guys for helping the channel out. Know that if you want to send any donations of lures or anything like that, specifically to help children, things like jigs and little bit, even jerk baits and square bill cranks or something like that. Something pretty simple, spinners, and that will help the kids. So just go to About here on the channel and send me an email, and we'll arrange something. And I'll give you my address, and you can send whatever you can to help me help the kids. And let me tell you, there's a bunch of kids out on the lake. I mean, there's a bunch. And they are so excited. I wish I could record them and take pictures of them, but take my word for it and live through my joy. Although you can't tell by my eyes, because this eye is, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. But my right eye is just blood red. I mean, it looked like, I don't know. I went to the doctor. It's nothing. It'll fix itself. But because I'm on blood thinners, you know, blood bust, you know, something that pops in your eye, you know, that just takes a long time to fix. That's all. So, anyway, I'll look like Stevie Wonder for a little while. Woo, woo. I can't remember a song. Was it Ebony and Ivory? No, that was Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney. I don't know. He had a lot of hits. I can't, my brain is broken. Anyway, you guys know where you'll find me. You'll find me out on the water. And if you do find me on the water, please wave at me, stop by, pull me over, come next to me, whatever, and say hi. And if you're having a hard time finding fish, I'll help you find some fish. We'll get some fish on your line. Even if you can't land them, it'll be fun nonetheless to get them close to you. And we can all brag that we all had a record fish then. I don't know, it's a fish tale. I told you, but it's true. So take care, everybody. I will see you guys out on the water.